before making judgments, it's really best that we understand the entire situation. Unfortunately, I think we find it very easy to notice the shortcomings and faults of others while we ignore or simply blind to our own. They may not be at fault at all, but the way that we see things allows us to think that they are. And sometimes we can make things work by talking about them. If that's done in an attempt to maybe make ourselves look to be the better person, it's the reason that Jesus calls us hypocrites. And he wants us to work on pulling that beam from our own eye. I think it must be really our sinful human nature that pushes us to look at the faults of others rather than face the reality that each of us carries the burden of our own sinfulness and faults. I read somewhere that self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. And I think a great way to get self-knowledge is with a daily examination of conscience. Maybe even just 5 minutes at the end of the day where you take the time you got up and from that point on, the people you met, the things you encountered. Maybe you had a bad day. Maybe you had a great day. And just look at them for a short bit of time and say, how did I react to that? How did I do God's will? Or did I? And if I didn't, maybe that's the thing I better work on for tomorrow. I think we all have a difficult time in this past few years, going back to when COVID started, and every one of us has known somebody afflicted or even had it ourselves, and some have even lost family members and friends. Passing through difficulties like that should give us insight into ourselves and help us to be more tolerant and understanding. Maybe that's just a small step toward normalcy, but I think it's progress, and maybe we should embrace it.